Morning, friends, family, and anonymous followers. You know who you are. I'm Dad from a distance. I got divorced February of 2020. My ex wife then moved all five of my children out of state. She claims I gave permission. I don't remember. There's nothing in writing. Over the next 11 or 12 months, she proceeded to introduce my kids to right around a dozen men before the individual that I now call replacement dad came into the picture. Now, replacement dad was still married at the time. He'd been married for a whopping 18 months when she came into his picture. But there is no task too small or too large for my ex wife to undertake. So she helped him get divorced so she could move into that spot. And why he needed help getting divorced, I don't know, because he'd been divorced before. There was something about the introduction of replacement dad into the picture that caused my ex wife to want to go back to court to rearrange custody and to get more child support. The problem with that was I don't make a lot of taxable income because I'm self-employed, and the courts don't know how to handle self-employed individuals when calculating child support. So it took a long time. During that time, her and her team of attorneys, there were 6 in total during the entire process, filed false allegation after false allegation in order to inflame the courts and possibly to get a reaction out of me. And it worked. I hired an attorney so I could refute all of the bullshit that she was filing against me. After 2 years, she realized that all the money she had spent on attorneys wasn't going to produce any benefit for her. So she asked me how we could stop this whole ordeal that she started. My attorney drew up the paperwork, and we got it done. During that whole process, every time I show up at my kids' events on the weekends, which are youth rodeos and soccer games, I'm getting a barrage of threats from replacement dad. These threats are a combination of he wants to wipe the smile off my face to all of the ways that I should die. My kids, of course, are on the front row to witnessing all of this. Any efforts that I would make to stand up for myself, including wearing a body camera, only inflamed the situation. It only made my kids dislike me that much more. On one particular occasion, when I confronted replacement dad for his poor behavior, and he announced to the world at the top of his lungs all the ways that I should die and the ways that he would be happy to do it himself. My middle daughter stood in front of him and defended him. And I realized at that moment that I was fighting a losing battle. The process that followed over the next year involved me firing my attorney, deciding to represent myself at the following false protective order hearings that my then ex-wife and her wonderful poor excuse of a man husband would file against me just for supporting my kids. I decided to petition juvenile court to relinquish my parental rights. My motivation was to somehow allow the kids to have peace, because when I showed up, things got very stressful on everybody, especially the kids. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is my ex-wife was being her usual vindictive, manipulative, and dishonest self. Replacement dad was being his usual red-headed, hot-headed brute of a human. And the kids were paying the price. From the moment that my ex-wife kicked me out of my own house, banishing me to my driveway in my RV trailer, my kids began to be brainwashed against me. They paid the price then. They paid the price when she moved them out of state, effectively making them homeless, according to her words. They paid the price when we went to family court. They paid the price when she filed false allegations and lies against me, and I refuted them with honesty and receipts. They paid the price when she would put all of my legal paperwork on the floor of her house and bawl her eyes out because I'm so mean. They paid the price with every threat that replacement dad made against me, both under his breath and out loud for the public to hear. They paid the price with every protective order application that she filed against me just to keep me away from seeing my own children. They paid the price as they were being brainwashed against me. They paid the price every weekend that I showed up to support them and to cheer for them and to love them and to have my parent time that I sacrificed so they could do their activities that they really want to do in their lives. And yes, they paid the price when I surrendered my parental rights to those 3 younger kids. They paid the price when their mother disowned my 2 older children that she had adopted. They paid the price when she demanded that my younger boy confront his older brother, who was watching a rodeo that his sisters were competing in, and told his older brother to go away because his mom said so. I share all of this as an introduction to who I am because there's a lot of people new to my page, and also to say that there are evils in the world that we will never, ever get over. There's an evil nature that exists. I think there's a reason for it. We can't combat it. We can't beat it. But we can learn to live with it, or we can find ways to live without it. This page is dedicated to my personal journey. And if you read through the comment section, you will see that there are a lot of people who are on a similar path as me. So I hope you enjoy the content that I create. If you do, just hit the like button.